What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer. Today we have the tall striker built for level 25, level 50, level 75, and level 90. We're going to be using the target archetype for all four levels. We're starting off with level 25 height. Go with 6'3" for now, guys. And as you start getting up closer to level 50, 60s, then we'll go with 6'5". But for now, since you're only level 25, just go with 6'3". Weight, go with 180 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the -2 balance and the +2 sprint speed. At level 25, you're only going to have 511 points, which is not a lot. So from this section, guys, focus on your reactions. Get that to 81. That's going to help your pro feel a bit more responsive. And since you're playing tall, usually the animations come out a little bit slower. So that's why, for now, for this section, just focus on reactions. And as you start earning a little bit more points, keep getting that reaction, balance, and agility a little bit higher. Now, for the pace, we're going to go with 79 acceleration and 80 sprint speed. I know it's not the fastest, but again, you only have 511 points to play with. And like I said, as you keep moving up, definitely try to get that pace a little bit higher. For the jumping, since you're playing tall, you're going to be winning those aerial battles. Get that to 80 for now. That will do the job. When the ball's in the air, if you press left trigger L2, you can push off your opponent and have a higher chance of winning that ball. Stamina, we're going to get it to 80 just so we can get the quick step playstyle. That is the only reason why, just for that playstyle. Weak foot, get it to a 4-star. I think originally it's a 2-star. So yeah, get it to at least a 4-star. The 4-star weak foot will do the job until you're level 65 or 70 because it is 40 points to get it to a 5-star. Skill move, we're going to go with a 3-star at least. So you can do a simple roulette sometimes. If you want, guys, you can just keep it at 2 if you want and save some points. But just for the sake of it, we're going to go with a 3-star. From the passing, we're going to get the curve to 80 so we can get the finesse shot playstyle. And that's a reason we also went with 80 vision. So we can get the finesse shot playstyle, which is important to cut in and finesse. From the scoring, get your finishing just to 80. Most of your goals are either going to be with your head or with the normal shots. So 80 will do the job for now. And as you're moving up, you definitely want to put some points in it. So at level 25, you're going to still have the regular version of these playstyles. I think it's at level 20. At level 30 is when you get your first playstyle plus, which I think it's the Tiki Taka. I forgot, or the Precision Header plus. So these playstyles are okay for now. And then you're only going to have 3 slots available. We're going to go with the quick step. Just for now, quick step is really good. It's going to help you accelerate a little bit quicker, and you're going to need it since you don't have the fastest pace. And then for your second playstyle, we're going to go with the finesse shot. You cut in, the finesse shots come a bit better. And then you are going to have a 3rd slot available. If you want, you can go with the aerial fortress. This will only get activated on your half. So if you have a goalie or whoever's taking the ball, make sure you're on your half when they're clicking it. So this activates. So just for now, just go with this. As you start getting more play styles, we're going to take this off because this only gets activated on your half of the pitch. But boys and girls, these are the play styles and attributes that we went for level 25 tall striker build. Now we have a level 50 target build. Height, we're going to still go with 6'3", guys. But once you hit the next couple levels, you can start going with 6'5". But for now, since you're only level 50 still, we're going to leave it at 6'3", which is still a good height. Weight, you're going to go with 180 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the -2 balance and the +2 sprint speed. At level 50, you're going to have 1,269 points, which is really, really good now. So now we can start applying more points across the board. Agility, get that to 80. You're playing tall, guys. You're not going to be really having the ball a lot on your feet. Most people are going to be crossing to you or finding you. So the 80 agility is okay. We will get that help a little bit in the next main level. Balance is important. You want that at 85. That's going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off that ball. And so you're going to already have Enforcer. You're going to have the Enforcer Plus in the next main level, but this is going to be very good for them to get you off that ball. Just make it difficult. Reactions, get that to 85. That's going to help your pro be way more responsive, and you're going to need it. And then for the ball control and dribbling, 80 will be okay for now. You're not going to be running that much with the ball. The only times you're going to be running with the ball is when they feed you or send you a through ball, and then the 80 control will be just more than enough for now. Remember, there is other important attributes that play a big role in this tall striker build. Composure is important, so get that to 85. When you're under pressure, your pro will perform better shots. So that's very important. For the pace, we're gonna go with 85 acceleration and 85 sprint speed. You know, this is starting to be really good now for level 50. You will be lengthy, so it means in the long distance, you should be able to outrun your opponents. From the physical, we're gonna go with 85 jumping. That's one of the main points of this build. You're playing tall, you want to have some aerial presence, so that's gonna be some good jumping. Remember, when the ball is in the air and you're getting locked onto the ball, you press L2 or left trigger, you can push them off the ball and have a higher chance of winning the ball. Strength, get that to 85. That's going to make it just much difficult to get you off the ball. And the strength also plays a role when you're going for those shoulder-to-shoulder challenges. Aggression is important as well, guys. Aggression and strength will help your pro protect and shield the ball much more effectively. Also, aggression does play a role when you're going for those contested aerial battles, so definitely have some aggression on your build. Stamina, we're gonna go with 80 just so we can get the quick stat play style. That is the only reason. And then at level 50, we're still gonna have the 4-star weak foot. That's still gonna do the job. I think it's in the next main level at 75 that we're gonna go with the 5-star weak foot. And then for the skill move, guys, this is not a build to be spamming skill moves. It really isn't. So that's why we just went with the 3-star for now. We will get it to a 4-star in the next main level, I think. And then from the passing, get your curve to 80 and get your vision to 80. The only reason is so we can get the finesse shot play style. That is the only reason. And then your heading accuracy, we're going to get that to 80. By this level, you will have the precision header plus. So even though you only have 80 heading accuracy, the precision header plus is really, really good already. It's going to allow for those headers to come out with much more accuracy and power. Finishing and shot power, get that to 85. Your goal at the end of the day is to put that ball in the back of the net. So we're going to apply that. And like I mentioned, the only one that you're going to still have regular. So at level 50, you're going to have 2 playstyle plus. I think it's the Tiki Taka and the Persistent Header plus. And you're still going to have a regular power shot. We are going to replace the power shot in the next main level. Now, at level 50, you're going to have 4 regular playstyles. So we're going to go with a finesse shot. You can cut in, finesse. It is a must. For your second one, we're going to go with the quick step. This is going to help you accelerate quicker when you're making those runs and you don't have the ball. For your third one, we're going to go with press proven, guys, because this is going to help you shield the ball much more effectively. And you can also keep the ball very close to your feet when you're just jogging with the ball. And then for your last one, guys, I would recommend going with the Enforcer. Is not bad at all, but we are gonna have the Enforcer plus, and then I think a level 75 or 90, so we're not gonna go with that. I would recommend the low driven shot, guys. Low driven shots are really, really good. Really recommend it. It's been overpowered this year, especially since you have the finesse shot. You can do low driven finesses or regular low driven, and is a very effective way to score against any type of keeper. But ladies and gentlemen, these are the play styles and attributes that we went for level 50 target build. Now we have level 75 target build. We're going to be going with 6'5" now because you're going to have way more points to play around with. Weight to go with 180 pounds. And make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the -2 acceleration, -2 agility, -4 balance, +2 jumping, +4 sprint speed, and +2 strength. At level 75, you're going to have 2,044 points. Agility, we're going to go with 82, guys. This is not the type of build that you're going to be skilling with or turning directions that much with the ball. So 82 is okay. We are going to get it up a little bit in the next main level. But what we want to focus on is the balance and reactions. So we got those to 90s. Balance is going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball. You will have the Enforcer plus. You're going to have good strength and good aggression. So it's going to be very, very difficult for opponents to knock you off the ball. Reactions, of course, you want that as high as possible. Or in the 90s, that's going to help your pro be way more responsive. And since you're playing tall, usually tall builds have, a little bit slower reactions and slower animations. So that's why we went with 90 reactions. Ball control, we kept that at 82 or put it to 82. This will do more than job. Most of the times you're going to receive the ball, guys, it's probably going to be in the air or a through ball or a short pass. So 82 will do the job. You want to just give off that pass as soon as possible and start making the run. Dribbling, we went with 80. You're not really going to be dribbling that much with this build again, only when someone sends you a through ball. So 80 is more than enough. We will get that to 85 in the next main level. Composure, of course, that's an important stat. You want your pro to give good shots while you're under pressure. Also, when you're receiving the ball, composure plays a role in that as well. For your pace, max it out. You're going to have 90 acceleration and 92 sprint speed. Remember, you're going to have a +4 sprint speed in game and a -2 in game. So your acceleration will actually be what, 88? And then your sprint speed will actually be 96. So you're going to be really fast, especially being tall. That is very, very fast. Jumping, get that to 89, guys. That's the whole point of this build. You're playing tall. You want to have aerial presence. You're 6'5", 89 jumping. Strength, get that to 90. You also want to be physical as well. Strength and aggression, guys, they play a role in how well your pro protects the ball. So that's why we went with 85 aggression. We will get that up a little bit higher in the next main level because aggression does play some role as you're going up. So you definitely want to have some aggression. Stamina, get that to 80 just so we can get the quick step. Play style, weak foot, now at level 75, guys. I definitely would recommend you to get the 5-star weak foot. Skill move, we're still going to leave it at 3. This is not the type of build to be skilling with. This is the type of build you make runs, you score. They cross it to you, you score. So it's more of that. It's not really to be skilling, but we will get a 4-star skill on this build in the next level. Curve and vision, get that to 80 just so we can get the finesse shot playstyle. That is the only reason. Heading accuracy, we're going to get that to 80. We will get it up a little bit higher. I know it's pretty low, but guys, you have the precision header plus. The playstyles tend to matter a bit more than the actual attributes. So don't worry, even though you only have 80, you have the precision header plus. And then from the scoring, get your attacking positioning to 90 because we are going to go with the enforcer plus. That is the only reason why. And then your finishing and shot power, get that to 90. Your job is to score goals. And on these target build, guys, the shot powers feel way, way better than compared to the other striker builds. And then last but not least, we are going to go with some volleys, guys. I'm assuming sometimes you're going to have a teammate chip pass the ball to you. You need to control it with your chest and go for volleys. Now, you are going to have 4 points left over. Just keep those until you hit the next level. And like I said, you will get the runner specialization, which will give you the enforcer plus, guys. The enforcer plus is really good. You just got to know when to activate it. So we're going to remove the power shot plus, guys. The power shot plus is not good this year. Even about 2 months ago, I think we got an update improving it. Because the power shot, you need a lot of room to pull it off, guys. So it's not really worth it. Enforcer plus, you can activate it pretty much anytime you have the ball with left trigger or L2. If you have an opponent coming from the side of you, behind you, press left trigger or L2, boom, activate it. And you will have the precision header plus, which is really good for scoring headers or even passing. And then you have tiki taka plus, excuse me. So those one-time passes are going to come out very, very good and quick. Now, at level 75, you're going to have 6 regular playstyles. So we're going to go with the finesse shot. So you have the finesse shot abilities. Then we're going to go with quick step. This is going to help you accelerate quicker when you're making that run. For your third one, I would definitely recommend low driven shot, guys. The low driven shots are really, really good and very overpowered this entire year, especially when you combine it with a low driven finesse shot. Very effective. For your fourth one, we are going to go with the press proven. This is kind of similar to Enforcer, but the good thing about this one is that you can actually move when you have the ball. Enforcer kind of stops you from dribbling. So go with this one, and this also keeps the ball very close to your feet when you're making when you're just jogging. And then for your last two, we are gonna go with the acrobatic. This is gonna allow for those volleys to come out much more precise. Also, when you're doing bicycle kicks, your pro will do them more often. To activate this, the ball just needs to be in the air, and you press L2 or L2 or left trigger, and it'll activate it. And then for your last one, guys, I would definitely recommend either the game changer or the first touch. All up to you, because once you hit level 80, you're gonna have another slot open. All up to you. We can go with the first touch since your ball control isn't the greatest. So just go with the first touch for now, and then once you get the next slot, then eventually we're going to get the game changer. But these are the playstyles and attributes that we went for level 75 target build. Now we have level 90 target build. Height, go with 6'5". That's the whole point of using a tall target build. Weight, go with 180 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the -2 stats and the +2 stats with the -4 and the +4 stats as well. Now, guys, you're going to have a lot of points to play with. 2,630. Agility, get that to 85. You're playing tall, so the whole point of this build is not to be like skilling or dribbling with. So that 85 agility would be more than enough. You can even go with a little bit less if you want. Balance, get that to 91. This is very important because that's going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball. Remember, you're going to have Enforcer Plus. You'll have good balance. You're going to have really good strength and aggression. So it's going to be very, very challenging for opponents to push you off that ball. Reactions, get that to 92. That's going to help your pro be way more responsive. And since you're playing tall, usually when you play tall, the animations are a little bit slower. So that's why we went with high reactions. Ball control at 85 is more than enough. You're going to have a first touch play style. So your pro is going to be able to trap that ball nicely, even though it's only at 85. Dribbling, we're going to go with 85. Again, you're not really going to be dribbling with the ball that much, guys. The only time you're going to really be running with the ball or dribbling with the ball is when a teammate sends you a through ball on the ground or you're running onto the ball. Composure, we're going to go with 90. This is going to be very important for your pro to perform well when you're under pressure. You can take good shots while you're under pressure. Also, composure does play a small percentage when you win that aerial battle. So you definitely want to have composure for that. Your pace. Get 90 acceleration and 92 sprint speed. Remember, your sprint speed will actually be 96 because of the +4, and your acceleration will be a -2 because of the body effect. But guys, this is still very good pace. You're going to be lengthy, so you should be able to outrun defenders when it comes to the long distance. For your jumping, you're going to go with 96 jumping. You want it maxed out. In game, remember, it'll be 98 jumping because of the +2. This is very, very, very good jumping. Strength and aggression, they're very, very important, guys. Do not underestimate these two attributes. You're going to go with 90 strength and 92 aggression. These two attributes play a huge role in your pro protecting and shielding the ball, which you're going to be doing, quite a bit, especially since you have the Enforcer Plus. The aggression also plays a role in your pro ability to win those aerial battles. Also, when the ball's in the air and you press left trigger L2, you can push off opponents off the ball, and you'll have a higher chance of winning that aerial ability, which is really, really good. Stamina, we're going to go with 80 just so we can get the quick step playstyle. That is the only reason. Weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. This will give you the ability to shoot with either your foot or even pass. Skill move, guys, we're only going to go with a 3-star. This is not the type of build to be skill spamming and doing. If you want, you can go with the 4-star skill move and just lower down maybe some curve or some volley, but we're going to go with 3-star because that's not the point of this build. The point of this build is to score goals and score goals with your head as well and win those aerial battles and flick it to your teammates. From the passing, we're going to get 87 curve so we can have that finesse shot ability. Long pass, we're going to go with 80, guys. It doesn't hurt sometimes to send a through ball to your teammate. You might have to sometimes. And then the vision, again, we're going to need it in order to get the finesse shot playstyle. Last but not least, from the defending at least, we're going to go with 86 heading accuracy. I think this is more than enough. You already have the Precision Header Plus, which that's the most important thing. The Precision Header Plus will allow for those headers to come out much more accurate. And then attacking positioning, the only reason we're going with 90 is so we can get the Enforcer Plus. That is the only reason. And then you're finishing 94, which is really good. As long as you know how to aim, you're going to be scoring with this goal. You have really good shot power, so it's going to make it difficult for keepers to save it. And then last but not least, we did go with some volley this time around. Sometimes you might have a teammate that plays it in the air. You need to control it and then rip a volley. So go with some volley. It doesn't hurt, especially since you're playing tall. Like I've been mentioning, you will have the runner specialization, which will give you the Enforcer Plus. The Enforcer Plus is good. You got to know when to use it, guys. We're going to replace the Power Shot. The Power Shot Plus, I don't think it's worth it. You need a lot of room to pull it off. And it's not as good as, like, I would say the Enforcer Plus. So the Enforcer Plus, we're recording this on a Sunday. We should be getting an update on that Enforcer Plus this week. So it's going to be really, really good once that new update comes because it's going to make it much more effective. But this is going to allow you just to shield and protect the ball from center backs and just opponents in general. You will have the Precision Header and you will have the Tiki Taka Plus. So those one-time passes will come out really accurate. Now, we're going to go with the Finesse Shot. So you have the Finesse Shot ability, cut in, finesse. Then we're going to go with the Load Driven. So you can do load-driven shots. Load-driven shots have been overpowered all year long. This is like a must on every attacker built. For your third one, we're going to go with the Game Changer. So you can do Travella shots. Sometimes your pro might be positioned at a certain angle, and the game will do the Travella shots for you. For your fourth one, we're going to go with the Acrobatic. This is just going to allow for your pro not only to score more accurate volleys, but you can go for bicycle kicks more often when the ball's in the air and it's in a good distance, you press left trigger or L2. Your pro will do the acrobatic. And then for your last 4, we're going to go with quick step. This is going to help you accelerate quicker when you're making those runs. Then we're going to go with press proven. This is going to keep the ball very close to your feet. The main difference between press proven and enforcer is you can actually dribble when you have press proven. With enforcer, your pro kind of stops and just tries to protect the ball. For your last 2, I would definitely recommend first touch, so you can take good control of the ball when you receive the ball. Your pro doesn't have no issues trapping the ball, especially inside the box. And then your last one, it's all up to you, boys. I know some people use an aerial fortress, but the aerial fortress only gets activated on your half of the pitch. But what you could do is, if you have a keeper, if you have a teammate, they can play you on your half of the pitch, and you'll win that aerial battle because you have the aerial fortress, and you're tall, and you have high jumping, and then you can flick it on to your teammates. So you could go with this, but just remember, this only gets activated on your half of the pitch. So you could go with this. I would probably recommend going with incisive pass, guys. Why? Because there's going to be that 1 or 2 situation in the game where you need to send a through ball for whatever reason. Maybe your wingers or your other strikers making a run. You press Y or triangle. That through ball is way more accurate. You can also go with the rapid if you want. But yeah, honestly, I'll either go with the incisive or the aerial fortress. All up to you. But ladies and gentlemen, these are the playstyles and attributes that we went for the level 90 target built. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.